lawmaker.
Political leaders across the state on both sides of the aisle are speaking out against a decision that would move the United States Space Command out of Colorado. It's currently in Colorado Springs. While the Air Force worked to determine the best permanent locations, all signs pointed to it staying right here in Colorado, now raising concerns about whether or not the announcement is politically motivated. Republican Representative Doug Lamborn was just one lawmaker disappointed by the news, saying in part, "I am disappointed by the horrendous decision to rip U.S. Space Command out of its home in Colorado Springs and move it to a new location. Relocating Spacecom will materially damage our national security. This decision was not based on what is best for America's national interest," and that he sent a letter to President-elect Joe Biden asking him to reverse the decision. CBS 4's Karen Morfitt with more reaction tonight and a look at the impact on our economy. And Karen, the mayor of Colorado Springs with some really strong reaction too.
Karen, to say this news was a surprise to him and other elected officials here in Colorado is an understatement. The mayor of Colorado Springs says the criteria that they were given by the Air Force, given that criteria, he says there's no city in the rest of this country that could have scored higher than Colorado Springs. He also adds that the cost that this will cost the federal government to move the command will be in no one's best interest. He says this all boils down to political motivation.
After more than a year, the search for a permanent home for the U.S. Space Command is over. The operation in Colorado Springs now set to move across the country.
This would be my greatest disappointment.
Colorado Springs Mayor John Souther says it's a decision based on politics.
Bottom line is there's significant political connections between the president and the congressional delegation in Alabama.
The decision would cost Colorado Springs.
There will be 1,400 active duty Space Force Guardians. So that's 1,400 active duty military personnel, their families, spending money in the economy.
They estimate the loss would be roughly $500 million every year. There would be a hit to the rest of Colorado's aerospace industry as well. Currently, Department of Defense-related activity in Colorado is more than $36 billion. U.S. Space Command makes up close to 3% of that. Statements from Colorado Governor Jared Polis and Senators Bennett and Hickenlooper echoed concerns made by the mayor. Together, they'll be asking that the Biden administration take a closer look at what motivated the decision.
I don't think the motive would be what's in the interest of the American taxpayer, what's in the interest of national security.
Now, the Air Force also released a statement today about the decision, saying they conducted both virtual and on-site visits to assess which of the locations would be best suited for the Space Command based on factors related to the mission, infrastructure capacity, community support, and cost to the DoD. They go on to say that Huntsville compared favorably across most of those factors compared to any other community. Now, if this decision remains, it would be 5 years before the command would move out of Colorado Springs. For now, we're live in Denver. Karen Morfitt covering Colorado First.